Today we are watching Ilias Ennahachi versus Superlek. We're right into the fight. Superlek, if you don't know already, but you probably should, is pound for pound possibly the best kickboxer in the world right now. That's the rankings that he holds. After defeating so many people, took out Takaru recently, defeated Rodtang, absolutely one of the best. And within 1FC, he has something like 9 straight wins in a row. Only one loss, 2 victories prior to his loss here against Ilias. So we're going to watch this fight, see how it plays out. You can see Ilias has a bit more of an unorthodox fighting style versus that of the Thai fighter. And I think almost that's what you probably need to defeat Superlek. You can't play by the normal rules. He is just too good. If you stand in front of him and you try and play that Muay Thai game, he's going to get the victory. So let's see what Ilias can bring to get himself a victory. You can notice he's much more mobile, in and out, constantly bouncing, as opposed to Superlek, whose heels are often flat down to the canvas. Ooh, that was a mean grind shot, but right back into the action. Nice jab cross there. In this fight, Ilias is already the champion. That was a good high kick, though, from Superlek. Ilias is the champion at this, I believe, 135-pound weight class. Superlek challenging. I actually took a look at the resume of Ilias Ennahachi, and it's just wins, like a whole bunch of wins in 1FC. He gathered up a couple wins after this victory against Superlek, but for some reason he hasn't been fighting much. I think it's been something like a year and a half that he's been out of the ring. Too bad, because he's definitely got a good skill set. Might not be everybody's favorite fight style, because a lot of times people don't like the bouncy and the moving. They want more action. And he's a hard guy to track down. You can see Superlek trying to get something going. But a lot of the times as Superlek engages, Ilias just takes that step backwards. There's the end of round number 1, moving into round number 2 now. They're getting away with a little bit more clinch than you can do now in 1FC under kickboxing rules, so that's why I guess this fight is a little bit older before they changed the rules. That was nice. He got his kick caught and then did an extra little push just to move Superlek out of range and make sure that his catch really didn't accomplish anything. Good counter there. If you're going to fight a Muay Thai fighter who's going to blast the kick, you can't let him throw the kick and just finish. Good hands. Putting nice pressure on Superlek. He just looks a little bit overwhelmed, and really that's what you got to do. You got to put a pace on the Thai fighter that they're not comfortable with. Obviously not with high volume kicks, but with high volume hands. Got to get that boxing on them. That was something Takaru really struggled against when he fought Superlek recently. He could not get the high volume hands happening because Superlek had such a good right low kick, which we just saw right there. He's just not throwing it much in this fight because Ilias is just all over the place. I do like how Superlek is able to evade, as he just did, evade the head punches and then come back with his own knee. I like the chill sideways movement from Ilias. Just sort of sauntering to the side, just making it a little bit difficult for Superlek to get his position, to ground properly, to get full power on the kicks. And really when you're at that range, and you're not fighting somebody who's throwing like crazy fast jabs, it doesn't take that much more energy to just do the movement that he has right now. And switching directions, very nice. Once again, he checks the low kick. He comes back with a good hand combo. Superlek finished with the round kick that time, but doing a good job throwing off that pace. I mean, neither fighter has really connected. That was the end of round 2. Moving into number 3 here. Neither fighter has really connected with anything crazy solid up to this point, but I would have to assume that Ilias has taken the first 2 rounds there, just based off good volume. Look at how he treks forward. Just lifts the knee, faking those front kicks, and then just delivers when Superlek runs out of space. It's very nice. Yeah, I'd go 2 rounds to 0 at this point. Superlek's going to have to do something to start controlling the pace of the fight. That was a nice round kick, and he followed with his cross right after, kind of like Superman punch style. He's really tracking Ilias now. Got on his back to the cage, landing that nice round kick now. Really, under kickboxing rules, I don't know how much you can score that. Like, you should score it, in my opinion. Like that right there should be an even exchange in my mind, but depending on the kickboxing rules, it's not necessarily so. That right round kick looks like it's causing Ennahachi some problems at this point. He's not getting the counters off the way he was before. He's blocking, but not really throwing back. And Superlek, even at 135, it looks like he kicks hard. And you don't want to take too many of those because your arms are going to start to slow up just a little bit. Even if you have super conditioned arms, it's just going to slow up a little bit. It's a bit of a change in the pace this time, this round. Ilias more moving sideways and backing up, but not so much twitching forward. That was a nice, before he fell, that was a nice fade back encounter though. Yeah, just not being effective with his counters at this point. Nothing's really landing, and Superlek is driving that shin into the bicep over and over again. I don't know what the difference is at this point. He just lost respect for the hands, or if Ilias just isn't closing that distance. At this point right now in round 3, I'd say we're looking at a Superlek round. Whoa, nice double jab into that round kick and then just evades the counter shot. That was the end of round 3, so we got 2-1. So it's definitely not a crushing defeat up to this point. Like, I didn't know what I was going to be watching. I just knew that this guy defeated Superlek, but he's having to work. Like, good hand volume there, but I didn't see anything substantial land. Remember, the main thing that we're scoring, if there are no knockdowns, is damage. Who did more damage? Nice cross there. That might have been one of his better punches, one of his cleanest punches of the fight. Didn't actually hurt Superlek at all, but it landed clean and did a little snap of the head. And a teep right up the middle. Again, not going to cause much damage, but it's landing. Yeah, the first round kick he blocked and countered nicely. The second one, I don't know how you score that exchange. I love that inside knee from Superlek. It's so short that if you really blink for a second, you're going to miss it, but he just tosses it from so tight, and it still looks like it's effective and damaging. That was better because he got out that time. So he was the one who finished the exchange, which often is quite important unless you dominate. Took that round kick on the back. One of the criteria for scoring is aggression and then ring control. And obviously Superlek is outperforming in both of those by a lot. So it'll come down to, do they score points for one person? Because if one guy scores more points or more damage, then the other criteria doesn't really matter. But this is a very even round. And I feel like the aggression and the ring control could be enough to tip it the way of Superlek. I think it really comes down to this round. Do you score that round kick there that just landed? It's a good fourth round though. Very, very like razor close. It was the end of round 4, so it depends how you score that. That was a nice dump. Still not allowed to do that back, I guess, in kickboxing days. He gets his warning, or the early days of kickboxing within 1FC. You can't even catch a kick now. So that would have definitely been illegal, but I still thought it was awesome. I'm a big fan of catches and throws. I think taking them out of the fight sports waters it down. So at this point, we got 2 definitely for Ilias, 1 definitely for Superlek, and 1 round that is right down the middle. You could probably score either way. So it's really going to play into this 5th and final round here. I mean, we already know that Ennahachi is the winner, but I'm always curious because, oh, nice cross there off the round kick from Superlek. I'm always curious how judges score, even when I know the result, because there are so many bad decisions out there. It's ridiculous. Like, even this last week, watching some boxing, I couldn't believe the decisions. So right now, we've got Superlek still on the hunt. It could potentially be 2 rounds apiece. Definitely not a blowout fight, that's for sure. I saw that Ilias Ennahachi defeated Superlek. I went, I have to watch this fight because Superlek's just been on a tear. Who's this guy who defeated him at some point? But it looks like when he does defeat him, it's going to be just barely. It's really the hands of Ennahachi versus the legs of Superlek. That's what we got here. We're going to see obviously a couple punches from Superlek, a couple legs from Ennahachi, but it's those fast combos after he blocks the round kick. Oh, he ate a shot there though. I mean, they both threw a punch, but it was Ennahachi there who looks like he got a little bit more stunned in that exchange. Superlek again throws that round kick and he came down with the punch off it. Didn't land with like jarring force, but still landed. Coming down to the last 30 seconds. I'm going to say that so far this is a Superlek round, so maybe everybody scored the 4th round for Ennahachi. I just haven't seen Ennahachi land anything this round that would give him the victory. So you can tell both fighters here, hands up, thinking they won. Ennahachi gets the victory. Superlek looks a little confused, and I can understand that. It was close. All right, guys, thanks for joining. I'll see you back here soon for another video.